What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Eddie Ortega. So on this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about the full body workout routine. Now with this routine, you guys, it's going to be great, for almost anybody out there really, but especially for natural bodybuilders, people who are natural looking to build some muscle. It's going to be a really great routine. So let's get started, you guys. I want to talk about first about what the full body workout is. So essentially what it is, it's what it is called. So you are literally hitting every single body part in one session. So when you go to the gym, instead of just hitting just your chest or just a single body part, you're gonna hit everything. You're gonna hit your chest, your back, biceps, triceps, legs. Everything is gonna get hit in that one session. So that's a full body workout in a nutshell. One of the reasons I started doing this routine, you guys, I wish that back in the day, if I could go back and I could definitely tell myself something, is to not listen to all the junk that's out there. I remember when I first started working out, one of the things I would do is go online, right? And that's fine, that's normal. I would go on Google and I would type in things like, best bodybuilding routine or best routine for mass, for chest or whatever, and I would come across these websites, and links, and I would read this information. Nowhere did it say on there that, this is for certain individuals, enhanced athletes. And so I would follow these routines or routines from bodybuilders that I looked up to, physique wise. Oh, I want to look like that guy, And again, I was a beginner, so I didn't know a lot. I saw a little bit of progress, a lot of it was just my beginner gains, but it soon, stopped. And I was always wondering, like, what's going on? I'm doing exactly what these guys are doing. Why aren't I progressing? And so as time went by, I started learning a lot more things, which is, a lot of things that I'm going to talk to you about, today on this video. So if you're a beginner, definitely take notes on a lot of this stuff. This is a lot of the terms that I'm going to talk about that I wrote down on here. I wish, I would have known these terms, that I would have paid attention, because I would have avoided a lot of mistakes, in the process. So, and if you're an advanced lifter watching this, this is just a good way to kind of mentally, remember a lot of these things. It's always good to have that reminder. But yeah, you guys, so pretty much with a full body workout routine, right? One of the keys for a natural lifting program is frequency. So that's going to be one of the things that you should be implementing in your routine, right? And the full body workout has that. So you're hitting your full body, right? 3 times per week is what I would recommend. Me personally, I do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then in between, I have my rest days. So I'm hitting everything 3 times per week. Now, on to the next subject is gonna be volume, right? So on this routine, this is not a downside, but pretty much on the volume part, it's technically low volume. So the reason for that is because, again, you're hitting each muscle group, right, on these sessions. So you're doing, let's say, chest, back, shoulders, triceps, biceps, legs, that's 6 muscle groups. And I would recommend only doing around 3 sets, maybe up to like 6 sets. Right now I'm experimenting with around 6 sets for myself. And, I'm just kind of working with that, see what kind of progress I make. But, I would keep it in the 3 to 6 sets per body group, on these sessions. So it's a pretty low volume. The volume really, it's being spread out throughout the week because you're going to hit it 3 times, during that week. So just being spread out really. So to make up some of that volume, right, during those sessions, what you want to do is you want to pick up your intensity. So this is another term that, I wish I would have, learned, earlier. So intensity, right? I remember reading these articles, right, that, a lot of things is focusing on the form itself, which I totally agree on. I totally agree 100% with that. But, doing lighter weight, and that's good to a certain point, right? But you, as a natural lifter, one of the things you have to remember that you have to implement in your routine is you have to lift heavier, you have to lift heavy weights, and that's one of the things that I didn't do early on. I was really focusing on form, which was a good thing, but I wasn't really lifting heavier, and so I wasn't progressing, and I didn't, so that's one of the things that I kind of want to talk about is on the intensity part. To make up for the low volume, you want to pick up the intensity. A couple ways of doing that is lifting heavier. And so with lifting heavier, that's gonna put more stress on your muscles, gonna make you grow. So that's what you want, right? Along with that is you really want to consider implementing and really putting in the compound movements in your routine to pick up the intensity. Compound movements being things like, bench press, military or like shoulder press, even barbell curls for your biceps, squats, deadlifts, those kind of movements, those are gonna be the staples. The movements you should be doing to pick up the intensity. Also, those movements, you guys, are gonna be the staples to really be able to track your progressive overload, which again, right, is one of those things that I wish I would have known, but progressive overload is really, really important, you guys. That's pretty much gonna keep track of how strong you're getting, you know, adding more weight to the bar and whatnot, you know, as time progresses. So make sure you're doing that as well to pick up the intensity. But now, all these things, right, the frequency, the volume, the intensity, also can have negatives, right? So you wanna do it in a smart way. So that leaves me to this side of the board over here, which again are terms that I wish I would have known early on that I never thought about. I used to think that, you know, from what I read, right, you go to the gym, you kill it, you know, oh, you're gonna go and do, you know, 30 sets of chest and just kill your muscle, you know, failure every single time. That's how I used to train, thinking that that was the right way. But again, like I said, it led me nowhere, you know? And so pretty much what I want to talk about over here on this side is a couple of terms that I think you should learn, you know, to really tie it back to the whole routine itself, you know. I'm trying to keep the video short as possible, but these are things that I feel are really important that you should know. So first off, we got protein synthesis, right? Protein synthesis in a nutshell is pretty much just a promotion of muscle growth that happens in your body when you lift weights, right? You lift heavier, so your body is promoted to grow muscle, right? So protein synthesis, it's a good thing, you want that. The negative effect is protein breakdown. It's pretty much what I just said, but the opposite, right? It's protein breakdown, muscle breakdown pretty much. So you're actually losing muscle, so you don't want that. You want to avoid that at all costs. And then you have your CNS, which is your central nervous system. So this goes a little bit deeper, a little bit more entailed, but pretty much what you don't want to do is you don't want to screw up your central nervous system. You want to keep that in good health. And so just a couple things to keep in mind, okay? So I'm gonna tie it back to the whole routine and everything, to everything else we talked a little bit ago. Okay, so with the low volume, right? That's gonna be, you're gonna put in enough work, right? Those 3 to 6 sets per muscle group, you're gonna put in enough work to promote protein synthesis. Same thing with the intensity. You're gonna, let's say you're doing, you know, 3 sets of chest. The intensity, like I said, is gonna be high, right? So on those 3 sets, you don't want to go to failure every single set, right? I would recommend going to failure maybe on the last set, you know, maybe like 1 rep short from failure, but you do want to, you know, give it, you know, a lot of effort, a lot of intensity, but not so much intensity, right? Because the thing is, if you mix both of these with too much, right? Too much volume, meaning too much work, too many sets, and then too much intensity, you know, going to failure every single set, what that's gonna do, it's gonna lead you to protein breakdown. With the central nervous system, same exact thing I just explained. Too much volume, too much intensity can damage your central nervous system, which will screw up with a bunch of other things other than, you know, muscle building, your immune system, you know, a bunch of different things. It's gonna be a landslide of a bunch of other problems you're gonna get. So you wanna avoid damaging your central nervous system. The next important topic I wanna talk about that again kind of ties in with this. So far a lot of great benefits, you know, with this routine itself. Now there's a lot of routines out there. Now I'm not saying this is the best one, like you have to do this routine, you know. There's a lot of great routines out there for a natural bodybuilder, a natural lifter, right? One of them, you know, as long as I have these keys here, you're good, you know, right? So one of them is gonna be something like push-pull legs, push-pull, upper, lower, body splits, you know, things like that that have the frequency, you know. If you have the right volume, right intensity, you know, those can be really good routines as well. The main difference between those routines and this routine, the full body workout routine, is the last thing I want to talk about here, is going to be the rest part of it. Let's say for example, you're doing a push-pull leg workout, right? Routine. And so when you're doing your push movements, you're resting your pull muscles, right? Your back, your biceps, and vice versa. So you're resting those muscle groups, right? When you're hitting the other ones on the opposite days or whatnot. So I get that, so you're getting rest. Now, the difference though is you gotta think of your body as a whole unit. You can't think of it as body parts, right? There's a famous old school bodybuilder, Leroy Colbert, that used to talk about this a lot. And this is kind of one of the things that kind of brought my attention to these kind of workouts. And so what happens is you got to think about your body as a full unit, right? If you start breaking it down, what happens is your whole body's not really resting. So you have things like your central nervous system, you know, things that internally are not resting at all times. So what happens is when you're hitting other muscle groups, the opposite muscle groups, right? Resting the other opposite muscle groups, you're not really resting, right? Your body is still working, your body is still fighting to heal itself, you know, to recover. So what happens is the rest is what makes this workout routine different, right? So let's say I'm working out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I got Tuesday, I got Thursday, I got the weekend as rest days, full rest days. I'm not doing anything on those days physically, right? Anything that's gonna be physically taxing for my body, I'm not gonna do any of that because those are my rest days. Those are gonna be days to recover from, you know, the intensity and the volume that you are in the frequency, you know, that you're hitting from this routine. So that's gonna be one of the main differences between this routine to a different routine like the push pull legs, or, you know, like I said, upper body, those kind of split routines, which are, like I said, they're great routines for a natural bodybuilder. But that's gonna be the main difference, you know, with something like that again. So again, with that rest, you're also going to be able to rest your central nervous system, which again is really, really important. I know it's one of the things that you probably don't like really ever think about it, because I never did. Central nervous is like, I don't care what that is. Like, it doesn't have the word muscle in there, so I really don't care, right? And I used to think that way, but it really, it's like part of a cycle, right? Like all that correlates to muscle building. So you want to make sure you're not working out too hard, not too long, and you're getting enough rest to promote muscle growth. And yeah, that's pretty much it on that, you guys. I think I pretty much covered everything I want to talk about this routine. I'm gonna put on the description my personal full body workout routine. Like I've said before, there is no cookie cutter, there is no one size fits all routine out there that I'm gonna say, okay, do this exactly, you know, because everything I do it tailored to me, you know, for what works for me. So if I tell you do this many sets, this many reps, it might not work for you, you know. But anyways, I don't want to keep on going with this. But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna put my workout routine on the description. Actually, my next video after this one, I'll do a full workout, full body workout sample, you know, and that way you guys can see what I do. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something. Like I said, if you're a beginner, I hope, you know, a lot of these terms stick in your head and just really look into it yourself further. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and like, thumbs up it, share it, make sure you subscribe to my channel. You know, I really appreciate that. And if you guys have any questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys soon.